Very many programs that our guest speaker has to attend to. We truly appreciate you. And Pastor Diop, this really goes a long way to demonstrate the interest that members have in issues touching on public affairs and religious liberty. This service, I think, is also being streamed live on our YouTube channel and on our Facebook page. I'm sure that those who have already joined the live stream, we truly want to welcome you. This afternoon discussion on public affairs and religious liberty issues, the Public Affairs and Religious Liberty Department. The Personal Ministries Department has been gracious and has allowed us to share in this Sabbath and to take advantage of the presence of Pastor Diop. So I'd just like to say a word of prayer, after which I'll also introduce or give our panelists an opportunity to introduce themselves for the sake of particularly our online audience and those who may not fully know. Then we will give a little background to our discussion, and I hope that we will be able to take a few questions from the congregation that may be of interest. So shall we pray? Starting with myself, members, as I had introduced myself in the morning, my name is Stedo Onyango. It's my privilege to serve this year as a Public Affairs and Religious Liberty Director here at New Life SDA Church. To my right is Pastor OKindo. He will say more about himself.
Well, I'm Pastor Joel OKindo. I am the assistant to the president of our division, and my responsibilities are dual. I am in charge of coordination of evangelism and at the same time the coordination of public affairs and religious liberty.
Thank you so much, Pastor. We are truly excited to have you join us today and for this discussion. On my extreme left, we have one of our very own, Pastor Tumpess. Please, Pastor.
Yeah, thank you so much, Elder Teddy. Good afternoon, church. I'm Pastor Emanuel Tumpess, the Public Affairs and Religious Liberty Leader, South Nairobi, Kajiado Field. I'm pleasure to be here today.
Thank you so much, Pastor. We are truly privileged to have you speaking to members today. Last but certainly not least, our chief guest for today, Pastor Diop.
Okay, I am Ganoune Diop. I've been introduced already. I guess I don't need to spend more time talking about myself. But I am privileged to try to answer the questions, that you may have. So, thank you.
Thank you. Most welcome to the conversation, members. That's our chief guest for today, Pastor Ganoune Diop, who's the PAL director at the General Conference. Thank you so much. Let me begin with Pastor Diop, really, to set the conversation from the top. Public affairs and religious liberty, this department, what's its origin within the church? What's its broad purpose at that level? That today, having the advantage to speak to New Life members, which is one of the biggest congregations in ECD, what would you truly say to members?
You notice that, people talk about public affairs and religious liberty. So you have two aspects. So the public affairs is really the broader umbrella, and that is representing the Adventist Church in the public space. Because we need to speak of ourselves by our own terms, right? Because if not, we let other people define who we are. So the Adventist Church has a broad portfolio of services, health, education, humanitarian, human rights, and various ministries, women ministries, children, youth, and so forth. But in order to keep the good reputation of the church, we need to be intentional about telling other people who we are, and that, first of all, we are assets to society. We help people. We should be blessing, basically. And the Department of Public Affairs represent officially the Seventh-day Adventist Church. I mentioned briefly this morning that this is compared to a Ministry of Foreign Affairs, right? Basically, advocacy, like the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has several offices, you know, PAL also. For example, this morning I received actually a text message from one of our members who has been imprisoned for over 10 years of something that, you know, that member has not done. So the mediation is part of PAL. So I remember traveling to Pakistan, for example, and trying to work on that case. Now he is out of prison, and then but has to move out of that country. So we have another brother who is in prison, that's 12 years now. It's an extremely complicated case, and I travel in order to mediate and work on those cases. So that is one thing. And also, you know, we have, as I was saying, a large portfolio of service. We have several hospitals around the world, right? So we need to have good relations with the governments, even to build a church, to renovate a church, we need authorization. So if our relationship with government officials is hostile, of course that is not to our advantage. So the art of developing good relations with people without compromising our values, you know, that is extremely important. And this is what Jesus asked us to do, meaning being the salt and light. And salt and light cannot function if we do not mingle. So mingling is part of our mandate. But again, we have to be careful that the salt will not lose its flavor, you know. So that's basically what I can, yeah.
Und es entstand ein Kampf im Himmel. Michael und seine Engel kämpften gegen den Drachen, und der Drache und seine Engel kämpften, aber sie siegten nicht, und ihre Stätte wurde nicht mehr im Himmel gefunden. Und so wurde der große Drache niedergeworfen, die alte Schlange, genannt der Teufel und der Satan, der den ganzen Erdkreis verführt. Er wurde auf die Erde hinabgeworfen, und seine Engel wurden mit ihm hinabgeworfen. Und ich sah aus dem Meer ein Tier aufsteigen, das 7 Köpfe und 10 Hörner hatte, und auf seinen Hörnern 10 Kronen, und auf seinen Köpfen einen Namen der Lästerung. Und das Tier, das ich sah, glich einem Panther, und seine Füße waren wie die eines Bären, und sein Rachen wie ein Löwenrachen. Und der Drache gab ihm seine Kraft und seinen Thron und große Vollmacht. Und ich sah einen seiner Köpfe wie zu Tode verwundet, und seine Todeswunde wurde geheilt. Und die ganze Erde sah verwundert dem Tier nach. Und sie beteten den Drachen an, der dem Tier Vollmacht gegeben hatte, und sie beteten das Tier an und sprachen, wer ist dem Tier gleich? Wer vermag mit ihm zu kämpfen? Daher ermahne ich dich ernstlich vor dem Angesicht Gottes und des Herrn Jesus Christus, der Lebendige und Tote richten wird, um seiner Erscheinung und seines Reiches willen. Verkündige das Wort, tritt dafür ein, es sei gelegen oder ungelegen. Überführe, tadle, ermahne mit aller Langmut und Belehrung. Denn es wird eine Zeit kommen, da werden sie die gesunde Lehre nicht ertragen, sondern sich selbst nach ihren eigenen Lüsten Lehrer beschaffen, weil sie empfindliche Ohren haben. Und sie werden ihre Ohren von der Wahrheit abwenden und sich den Legenden zuwenden. Ich kenne deine Werke und deine Bemühungen und dein Ausharren, und dass du die Bösen nicht ertragen kannst. Und du hast die geprüft, die behaupten, sie seien Apostel und sind es nicht, und hast sie als Lügner erkannt. Ich kenne deine Werke und deine Drangsal und deine Armut, du bist aber reich. Und die Lästerung von denen, die sagen, sie seien Juden und sind es nicht, sondern eine Synagoge des Satans.